Hi Singles friends, if you are new to eBay or if you have been hesitant to start cross-listing on eBay because you are super afraid of shipping, what do? The shipping's not included, you have to figure it all out. Or if you just want an eBay beginner shipping refresher course, then this is the video for you. I'm going to explain to you all about the packaging that I use, the priority mail boxes that are available to you free of charge, as well as breaking down by individual weight categories what prices to even charge. So if you would like to know more and a deep dive into eBay shipping, you will definitely want to stay tuned and keep on watching. Hi Singles friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Heather and I am a part-time reseller on both eBay and Poshmark, and I use this YouTube channel to document my journey. So if you're interested in how to sell on either of those platforms, thrifty content such as thrift hauls and even a few thrifty flips, or if you really enjoy unboxings from places like Goodwill Blue Box, ThreadUp, and even bulk, then you will definitely want to go ahead, hit that subscribe button, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to ring the bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. As I said in the intro, this video is an eBay shipping video, kind of a how-to for beginners. And I say for beginners because I've only been on eBay for a year, and I'm sure that there are so many other people who have been on eBay for longer who have a lot of other tips, tricks, suggestions and the like to offer. And if you are one of those people, feel free to comment below with anything that I may not have said or that you feel like you have a bit more information on, because I am sure there will be a lot of people who will not only like this content but would also appreciate any of that content below. If you're like me, you started out your reselling journey on Poshmark. Poshmark is a great platform to start out on, as all you have to do is photograph your products, make a description, and stick it up on the website. You don't have to worry about shipping, you don't have to worry about calculating for shipping or any of those sorts of things, since there's a flat rate shipping. Now, when I started cross-listing on eBay, I did so because so many people, other resellers, thanks to the awesome reseller YouTube community, shared about how they began transitioning to eBay. And one of the people's biggest concerns, as was mine, was how am I going to deal with shipping? So two things. One, I'm going to share with you as much knowledge as I have in this video to try to help you along the way. Two, there's going to be some failures. You're going to miscalculate things. You're going to lose out on some money. You could be like me, who just jumped right into eBay, didn't worry about the shipping, offered free shipping on everything, and ended up losing some of my ROI because of it. But I just want to remind you, you will make mistakes. Don't be intimidated by starting out on this platform just because you may lose out on a little bit of money. Sometimes going through that learning process of actually losing out and actually working through the process helps you learn even more. And also, any money that you're making on a second platform is more money than you were making by just being on Poshmark. So I really am hoping that with this video, it will encourage you to make that jump to eBay if you haven't already. Now, two things I want to say. One, right now, I do not offer free shipping on eBay. I know a bunch of people do, and that they say that that really helps drive sales. For me, I offered free shipping last year during holiday. My sales have increased from last year to this year. Free shipping for me is hard to calculate when I'm sending out offers to likers, which I use daily. So for me, it's easier to not offer free shipping, but when I send out offers to likers, a lot of times I'll discount the price, the amount of shipping. When shipping on eBay, I think the first thing you need to be cognizant of is packaging. So if you are new to reselling, this will be very helpful to you as I'll go through all the packaging. If you've previously been reselling on Poshmark, you will definitely already be familiar with the priority mailboxes. So I thought I'd go over real quick and just show you some of the things that I use for packaging. Everything besides the priority mailboxes I got on Amazon. So, and they're quite affordable, and I do believe I have most all this stuff already linked below for anybody who's interested. If anything's not down there, feel free to leave me a comment. I'm happy to share my sources with where I got this stuff. So I love these poly bags because this is how I store all of my stuff. It keeps it folded nice and neat. And then when I get it out of the tote that it's stored in, I literally just have to take the item all nice and neatly packaged and shove it in the mailer or the priority mailbox that it's applicable for. So I think these are a really great way to store, and it's not super expensive. I do use the 11 by 14. Some people use a little bit smaller, but I find that this works best because I am buying just one size. And this works for nice big dresses. I have an example here. This is a floor length size 12 gown that fit in here quite easily. It works great for jeans. I sell plus size things. Plus size things fit in here nice. So I think this is a good size to use. Like I said, I purchased these on Amazon. And the price right now for them is $22.99, and you get 200 of them. So that works out to about 11.5 cents per poly bag, which is great because you really want to be really conscious of how much all these packing materials cost, because that will will eventually affect your ROI. These are, and I don't, let's see if we can see it good. They do have a little strip right here that you peel off. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but you peel it off. They're like static electric. So you'll notice as you peel them and toss them, they'll stick to the wall, they'll stick to you, they'll stick to everything. I usually just throw them in a big pile and then pull them all up together because they do sometimes static electric to everything. But what I love about this one is it is resealable. So if you maybe you have an item that you forgot to measure and somebody asks you for a measurement, you could just reach in there, grab it out, do the measurement, stick it back in, and not have to worry about wasting a bag. Now I do use, because you may question it for this package, I do use one of these shirt folding boards. Anybody who works in retail is way too familiar with these suckers. I don't find, having been a person who worked in retail for a very, very long time, I don't find that they're necessary for pants and t-shirts, but when you get some bulkier items like this or sweaters, it's really helpful to use one of these. Again, not something you have to start out with, but if you find that it saves on the amount of time that it takes you to package, then it's well worth the investment. This one currently is at $16.99 on Amazon. Now, in addition to the poly bag of packaging things, you may also notice that I do put a little sticker here. I am not a note gal. I know from reading the comment section, and I especially know from reading every comment on small businesses on TikTok, that you are either a note and freebie person or you're not a note and freebie person, and I personally am not. I don't enjoy getting things that I didn't sign up for. I don't like free stuff, and the notes are super sweet and it's heartwarming, but all I do is read it and throw it away, so I feel guilty about it. So I package, and I started out doing notes, but now I package in a way that I feel is a little bit more sustainable, even though I'm using plastic clearly. But I do not include the notes, and instead there's various stickers you can buy on Amazon. I have this one. Here's another really cute one that I've had, but this one was out of stock when I tried to rebuy it, so that's why I ended up with this one. It just says you've got great taste, and I think that it's a cute way to add a personality, show people that you're appreciating their purchase without having to go through the time of writing a note. And again, like I said, you can get these suckers on Amazon. They give you a roll, and the roll has 500 on there. These are $12.99 for 500, which works out to about 2.5 cents per sticker. So you have your 11.5 cent poly bag plus 2.5 cents, so 11, 12, 13, that's 14 cents you have invested so far in your item or in your packaging. So in addition to these poly bags, I also purchased some smaller poly bags. When I got into the jewelry selling business from buying those Goodwill DIY boxes, I decided, because I was actually packaging my jewelry in this big one and just folding it down, but because these poly bags aren't super expensive and I wanted to keep everything contained when I'm storing it to make sure it doesn't get retangled and everything, I did go ahead and invest in these. These came in a package of 3 different sizes, and it was $300 total, and it's only $9.48. So very affordable. Again, if you're not in the jewelry business, and you just pick up 1, 2, 3 pieces here and there, I would still go ahead and use this. I put the item in the bottom, and then I just roll that sucker up and close it. So that was still a way of kind of keeping them from tangling up. If you are in the jewelry business, I would highly suggest using these. Now, next up goes right into what you need to actually package and ship. So I got some of these, and these are the mailers. Just the regular mailer. I didn't get a bubble mailer. You'll see these, you can get them super cheap. You can get them expensive. You can get all sorts of cutesy patterns and prints on them, which you see a lot of people use. Again, I'm kind of a bit more of a simplistic gal. I got a bigger one because, again, I'm trying to use these, anything that is under 16 ounces. 16 ounces and under can go in here. So it has to weigh less than a pound in order to go in here. So I try to be cognizant of getting one that's big enough to hold some things that are under a pound but might be a little bit larger. This one I'm finding now is probably about this much bigger than I need because I end up having excess of this, and sometimes I'll fold it over and tape it. So it is a little bit bigger than what I need. These are 14.5 by 19. And these come in packs of 100, and right now Amazon has these for $16.85. You're talking about 17 cents per bag. They again have the peel and stick here. These are not reusable, re-sticky. I also got this little smaller one in matching hot pink, or as I call it, sequels pink, because if you know my logo, it's about this color. And I got these to put the jewelry in. So these are the first class shipping. If you don't do jewelry, you just have to invest in one. Pick the size that you think is best for you. To me, this 14.5 by 19 works well. Just be really conscious of what size of this you pick, as it does have to be a little bit bigger than this in order to get that in, which may be obvious to some of you, but not necessarily to me, so that's why I'm sharing it. So that's what you would need for your first class packaging. Now, for your priority packaging, you're gonna recognize a bunch of this stuff. It may be stuff you already have on hand if you are a Poshmark reseller. If you're new, then I still wanna show it to you. And again, these are all flat rate. That's the ones where you can stuff as much as you want in for one low price. So you always want to make sure it's flat rate. I know I'm being super redundant about this, but when you get in and you start shopping for things, it's easy to grab boxes based on the way they look and the size looks right, and it's easy to disregard the flat rate, which is necessity. This is the #1 item that I use the most. Most everything that I use fit in this, and this is probably what you're using the most for Poshmark. It is pretty miraculous what you can ship in here. I can fit bulky sweaters in here. I fit jeans in here. This gown I could probably fit in here. Let's see. I always push all the air out, and then I like taco it, New York pizza eating style it, and then I shove her in. And then once she's in there, I put my hand in it and kind of flatten it out so it looks a little bit more respectable. And then I always think this part, it's like a diaper. You just throw it in there Peel it off, take it off. And then you could just kind of flatten it to make it look a little bit more presentable. But I mean, some big things fit in there. I fit shoes in here. So many pairs of shoes can fit in here. I used to think that shoes had to go in boxes. This is another awesome reason why it's so cool to have so many resellers on YouTube. Tons of resellers are like, I ship my shoes in this, and I do too. I put each shoe in one of these just so it's extra protected, and then I shove them in here. Pretty much high heels can fit in here. So much stuff can fit in here. Like here's a pair of shoes you may not think can fit in there. They will. I mean, it amazes me all the different things you can fit in this bag. I just want to reiterate that because this is one of your lowest price flat rate bags. So it's well worth it to fit as much as you can in this bag. So the next price point up after the bubble mailer is the small flat rate box. I rarely, if ever, use this. But here it is because it may fit something. There's two medium flat rates and two large, but I think there's just one small. If I'm mistaken, somebody let me know below. Because like I said, I don't really use this size at all. Most everything that fits in this will easily fit in this, and I just use this. But I do want to show it to you. Then the next price point up are your medium flat rate boxes. And again, they'll say medium. There's two varieties. There's this one that makes a little square. These are great. I use this a lot for like ankle boots or a boot that's too big to fit into the poly mailer. These work great for that. And for home, some of the home items, I use that for. Although I gotta tell you, by the grace of the good Lord, I have fit plenty of my curtains in this poly mailer. Though I do worry if the customer has to cut it out. It's like laying on the bed to zip up your jeans, putting one in. But I get that sucker in there. And then you also have this medium flat rate box, which is more like the envelope, kind of the tall, thin one. This I use a lot for any of my sweaters, jackets, anything that gets too big for this. This is usually the next size up. I've put shoes and boots in here before too if they don't fit in. It usually just depends on, like, if it's a tall boot, I'll put it in here. If it's a smaller boot, I'll put it in here. If it's a more expensive item, like $100 jacket, instead of shoving it in here, sometimes I'll put it in here with a little bit of wrap it in some tissue paper and then put my "You've Got Great Taste" sticker on it, just for a little bit nicer packaging since they spent more. So these are the two boxes that I would use most the next. And then the last ones, which I use the least based on the stuff I sell, are the large boxes. Is it over here now? The large flat rate boxes. This is just a larger size of the stereotypical, almost a square box. And then this is the larger size of the thinner box. I just sold some knee boots to the knee, high heel boots from Tahari. They fit in this like a dream. Perfect. I wrapped them in the tissue paper so they looked nice when the person got them, and it didn't just feel like I cheaply shoved a higher price pointed pair of shoes in the box, just to make it look a little bit nicer. But this works excellent for those. And this one has worked really good for me for like big coats, full length trench coats, puffer jackets. This works great for. So that gives you an idea of the packaging. So like I said, first class packaging, you have your options. You can go on Amazon, buy whatever's cute, whatever you like. And for the priority mail packaging, you can get all of this at USPS, either a store, or if you're like me and don't go in anywhere, you can easily get it online and they will just deliver it to you and leave it on your front porch. For me, this was the hardest part of doing all this. Is to figure out what are the correct packages to use and to not become overwhelmed when I'm out there grabbing packages and getting things that aren't flat rate. So I'll show you how to go onto the USPS website and get those. I use two other things in addition to this packaging. My Dymo printer. I have another online business in addition to this business, so I already had this Dymo label printer. It is a significant investment. If you are a beginner reseller, I would probably just print them out using my regular printer. But once you get to selling a decent amount of items, I would highly, highly suggest getting one. To me, it was a purchase that I put off on getting because I am a cheapskate. And I didn't want to pay the price for them. Now you can find them refurbished, you can find them used, and you can find deals on them, so always be on the lookout. But if you're paying the regular price for it, it is a decent investment. But I am in love. I absolutely adore it, and I wish that I would have purchased it for my other business much sooner. And then the last thing I use is one more sticker, and it is this thank you sticker, because again, I am not a note gal, and I put that sticker, when I print out my label, I put that sticker on the outside of the box next to it. So that's what I think needs to be invested in order to start shipping on eBay. So after doing this for some time, I can give you now a better idea of what you need to charge. If you have just a scale, I can give you an idea of what you need to charge. As long as you can weigh it, you can then say, or as long as you can weigh it and know what size box it will fit in, then I can tell you there's a roundabout of what you should charge. And that's where this handy dandy chart comes in. So if you're a first class shipper, there's a range here. If your package weighs, once it's all packaged up, weighs 1 to 4 ounces, you most likely need to charge $3.99. Now I'll tell you, your shipping will come in less than $3.99. My shipping comes in less for all of these listings that I'm going to give you. And the reason why is, and I know again, this may be as controversial as my I don't send thank you note statement. I charge extra for shipping. Now, I'm not doing it to make a profit. I'm not trying to make a profit on shipping at all. I'm doing it to cover my shipping costs, which in addition to my USPS fee is a poly bag fee, is a mailer fee, there's a sticker fee. All of that stuff I consider part of the packaging. So I want to make sure I make a little bit extra than what USPS is charging me to account for those things. I need to buy new Dymo labels every once in a while. I need to make sure that I'm accounting for those things. So I personally do charge a little bit extra for shipping. On top of that, as shipping prices change, I have a buffer built in. So like shipping prices just changed recently with USPS. I don't have to go in and change all of my prices to account for that change. I already had a buffer built in to account for some of these things, so I can kind of let that ride. And if the price goes up again, then maybe I will have to change things. So I want to make you aware of that, as some people, again, when you read comments or in forums on different groups, aren't comfortable doing that. Yeah. So I want you to think about that when you make the decision as to what you're going to charge. This is what I'm doing. So 1 to 4 ounces, you'll want to hit probably $3.99. 5 to 8 ounces, $4.99. 9 to 12 ounces, $5.99. And 13 to 15.9, because remember, anything first class has to be under 1 pound, which is 16 ounces. That would be at $6.99. So far, I've been using these for almost a year and have not had any surprises with shipping. Now, when it comes to priority mail, there's another range. So you have the cheapest. That's why we're cramming everything we can into this sucker. because I still want to be cognizant of what the shipping price is, because the customer has to pay the shipping and I don't want it to be a huge deterrent. Also, I don't want to offer more than the price that I charge for this off of some of my prices, which is what I do to incentivize people to buy if they're a little apprehensive of shipping. If you're worried about having the customer pay shipping, because I am a consumer who's like, oh, I don't want to pay shipping. But you can also search on eBay by best price. They'll calculate it for you whether shipping is included or not. And if you look in the eBay solds, you'll see there's tons of people who sell stuff all day long and charge shipping. And I really think it's because eBay offers that service to where it's a best price, and you don't have to calculate to figure it out. Am I getting a better deal by not paying shipping? Am I not? Padded flat rate charging $8.99. So anything you could ship in here is going to be the best price. So $8.99. The small, the one that I never use, that one comes in at about $8, so I charge $9.99 for these. The mediums, I charge $14.99 for. And then the large, I charge $19.99 shipping for. So again, when I go in, the shipping's a little bit cheaper, but that makes sure I have a little bit extra to spend on my packaging. Now, another thing to be very conscious of is there are other ways to ship besides the eBay suggested shipping. I think eBay has great pricing on these. It's usually right about a little under $8. And that's with the newest increases. So I think eBay has great shipping on these. When you get up to the medium and large boxes, sometimes the fee that eBay charges is more than what Pirate Ship charges. Pirate Ship is another online shipping resource, super free. I believe you can integrate it with your eBay, though I haven't. I just go straight to their website and do it. Because I use it infrequently, because those boxes I don't use as often. But there you can go in, pick those boxes, and usually in my, based on what I've experienced, they typically have lower prices on the medium and large boxes than eBay shipping does. So it's a good resource to go and look at and poke around in and make sure you feel comfortable with it. Should you end up selling something bigger that you weren't expecting, maybe a large trench coat, like I said before, puffer jackets, things like that, that you can save money on. So overall, I know it's completely overwhelming when you haven't dealt with any of this stuff before, or if you've just been doing priority mailboxes on Poshmark. But once you take a screenshot of these charts, go and make yourself familiar with Pirate Ship, get all your supplies in order. But that chart that shows you the prices to pay, that is a great starting point. If I had that chart last Christmas, I would have made a few $100 extra than what I lost by offering free shipping and not really understanding the cost of things. Shipping is expensive. There's no doubt about that. Shipping is expensive. And I know as consumers, we don't love to pay for shipping, but as long as you're pricing your items, especially if you price on eBay and you're looking at the sold items and you're seeing if it accounts for shipping or not when you're pricing, you're going to be right in line with everybody else. So even though it may seem shocking to be like, oh, these pair of boots cost $59.99 and then they got to pay $19.99 for shipping. Well, it's not a big deal. $60 plus $20 is $80. So you know what's going to happen? You're going to have yours for $60 with $20 on shipping, and somebody else is going to have theirs for $80 with free shipping. And if they use that feature on eBay, it's all going to work out. So I hope that this is helpful to you in some way to give you the motivation, because my goal here is really just to tell you there are way more people on the eBay platform. There are way more people comfortable shopping on eBay. You have international shipping abilities with eBay that eBay takes care of, so you don't even have to worry about what do I have to charge for international and all of that kind of stuff. Like I said too, 65 to 75% of my sales per month come from eBay. If I didn't jump and take the eBay shot, I would be missing out on so much money. And the number one thing most people are scared of is the same thing I was scared of, which is how am I going to deal with the shipping? So I really, really hope that this is helpful to any first timers who have not been on eBay yet, or if you have been on eBay, but you found like just this past season, Black Friday, Cyber Week, that you were missing out on some money when it came to shipping, or you went to ship something and you're like, oh crap, that ended up being $2 more expensive than I thought it was. Then screenshot that chart and use that as a guide whenever you're creating your listings. I have mine saved on my computer, and every time I put anything in my inventory spreadsheet, I go right to that chart and I go, this weighs this much, this is the shipping. This weighs this much, this is shipping. It's really easy peasy. So if you have found that any of these things have worked for you, please comment below. If there are other things that are working for you that I didn't mention, please comment below. I know many people are going to come to this video with additional questions, and I'm sure that your insight and your opinions and what you've experienced will be helpful to them. And it may be helpful to me if I'm missing out on something that I don't even know. I would love to know about it. So please comment below. If you found this video useful, please, by all means, do give me a thumbs up. Please do take a second to hit that thumbs up button, as your thumbs up help me know that I should go ahead and continue creating more content for you like this in the future. As always, I hope this was useful to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. I absolutely adore your comments, likes, and subscriptions. Hi, hello. Thank you for joining the Sequels family. To all the new subscribers, it just really pleases me. I'm kind of astonished every time I check my stats to see that this little YouTube channel I created to help me stay accountable on my reselling journey has been helpful to you. So I just really appreciate the community, and community is extra appreciative when you have a business like this where you're working from home and maybe aren't as communicative as you are when you're going out and working in an office environment, outside the home environment. So I do want to say thank you. As always, I will be back next Friday with another video. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring my bell, so you are notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week. Have a fantabulous weekend. Bye.